Welcome to Subramani. Do you want your child or children to take over your business? Give me an honest answer, because most people, when they say this, I used to believe this when my friends were in their 40s and 50s, and now that they are in their 60s and it's a reality that their children are coming into business, they are not too keen, because suddenly they feel that they will get exposed at home saying he's doing nothing in the office, right? So they don't want their wife to know that he's doing nothing in the office, because after a particular stage of your business, you really don't add too much value, right? So it's going on and you become complacent. When you started your life, you were 22, you thought you would be very happy with an annual somebody for our generation, which means we took up a job sometime in 1984 85. Starting salaries of 1 lakh was unheard of. 1 lakh per annum, talking of 8,000 per month, was unheard of. We were all starting on salaries of 2.5 3,000. Most of my friends, I mean, I never got a salary, so I'm different. But when one friend reached 1 lakh salary, it was like, wow, 100k salary was considered to be huge. That must have happened maybe 7, 8, 10 years into or being employed, or maybe 8 years into being employed. I'm not very sure about, but salaries did go up at that stage. So similarly, we would have thought, okay, having X amount of money, maybe having 5 crores was more than sufficient. Who needs more than that, right? So typically, if somebody had told me when I was in 1985, 86, if somebody had told me, I'll give you a house, I'll give you a car, I'll give you a driver, and end of your life, I'll pay for all your expenses. By the end of your life, I'll give you 5 crores. I would have just jumped at it, right? Simply because I thought, oh, it's okay, it's a fantastic amount of money. We did not know about how much the market is going to go up, or we had no clue of inflation or of compounding, right? Today I can talk about compounding, but I did not understand compounding the way I should have understood compounding maybe when I was 22 years of age. But that's a digression. I'm talking, do you want your children to be in your business? Then the best thing to do is throw your children out of your business. This sounds like a contradiction. Well, what happens is, suppose you are, I know only businesses of mutual fund agents, medicine, and say chartered accountancy, right? So in small businesses, for giving examples. So if you were a chartered accountant, or if you are a chartered accountant who is 50 years of age, maybe you have a junior partner who is also 45 years of age, and that's it, and you have been doing well, and you have got a lot of employees, there's a good chance that you have clients who pay you 500 rupees for filing an income tax return. Now your son or daughter comes into the practice and gets into the same shit that you have been doing. So he or she also starts doing the same 500 rupee returns which your employees are doing. Maybe you are not even looking at it, but that business continues. You have an office in an old area where you have to climb 30 steps to come up. There is no parking, and that whole place you jump over cows and hand carts to come to that place. Your clients have been coming. They don't crib that they have to climb to the 3rd floor, 4th floor. There's no lift or anything like that. You have been doing, and in your house, your children think of you as a successful person. Now is the problem. When your son or daughter come into it, let us say a son comes into the business, he thinks that this is such a great business. It is so successful. My father is considered to be successful by my mother, by my family, by society. He drives a nice car. He takes, in 1 or 2 years, he takes not annual, maybe biannual vacations. He goes abroad, he travels, he takes us out to good hotels to eat. So he's a success, right? That's how you look at him and say, wow, he's a big success, so I should just copy him. Wrong, completely wrong. If you want your son to come into your practice, if you want your son to come into your mutual fund business, just let him get out. Let's say you have been doing everything for everybody. That is how a mutual fund distributor, MFD, describes himself. He says, oh, I sell PPF, I do GST, he ties up with some chartered accountant who does GST or income tax, etc. I do filing of, I do mutual funds, I do national savings certificate, I do PPF, I do NPS, right? I do everything. So it's a great business, and I'm selling all these things. Now, whatever you do, last 40 years you've been doing that. He's been selling bank FDs, corporate FDs, etc. That's where he started, and then slowly he has added more and more products. two members of the family, maybe he and his wife are in it, and then he's got employees who've been there for 10, 15 years, and they've got clients who've been there for 20, 25 years, right? Is that what you want your son or daughter also to do, right? Is that what? But because the minute he comes into the business, he gets engrossed into the business, and he's making tinkering and making some small changes. He's changed the way you talk to the client, he creates WhatsApp groups for somebody from your office and for the family and all that, and you're very happy with the changes that he's making. Absolutely what is called incremental changes. It's not a complete reset. Now I'll give you an example which I've taken from from the books of history. Is in the First World War, the Germans lost, and then the Allies took over and destroyed every bit of armaments which the Germans had. So Germans suddenly were completely without any arms. The same people, right? The same people who built it were told, now you cannot keep arms. So they had to rebuild. And when they rebuilt, sometime by the time it came to the 1940s, they had the best. They had the fastest tanks, they had the best submarines, whatever was needed in that day, they had, because they had started from scratch. Remember, we studied something called zero-based budgeting in college, where you said, don't bother too much about what happened last year. Every figure, you look at it whether you really need it. Do you need a big office? Do you need a small office? Do you need an office at all? Right? All those questions, if they are answered every year, the quality of your budget will be much better than just taking a last year's and doing a cut paste. So Germany did well because they did a complete reset. I mean, this is Morgan Housel's view, and I completely agree with him. So if you want your son to come and build a business, he has to build business like today what he would build, rather than continue the business which you were doing. What you were doing will continue with you and your employees. You are just 45 years of age, or 50 years of age, or 55 years of age, and you want to work till you drop dead. Maybe you want to work till you're 77, 78, 80, 100, whatever. Remember, Trump and Modi are into their 70s, and they're just winning elections. 4 more years and Trump will be 82. 4 more years and I think Modi will be 78 or 79, whatever, right? So some people have the energy to do that. Some people don't, but some people have. So when your son comes into the business, the best thing is to say, don't sit in my office. Go and create your own office. Yes, it is going to cost rent. Yes, he is going to recruit different people. Yes, that office is going to look very different. It is going to have a lift. It is going to be on the 7th floor or the 8th floor. It is going to be a lot of glass. It is going to have a lot of youngsters. They're going to be incentivized differently. Everybody will maybe carry the same brand of laptop, maybe carry the same phones, so that they can sync it with each other. So suddenly you find that company or that organization works very, very differently, and the same client who was coming to your old office will continue to come to your old office. You don't shut down the old office. Some clients you may be able to migrate to the new business, whether it is a chartered accountant practice or the MFD practice, doesn't matter. You continue your old business, but some clients you may want to upgrade to your son. That is how you should give up, and you continue to come to this office. Now I find a lot of insecurity among the older people, because suddenly if you have been saying, oh, I've been doing all this and earning 3 crores a year on which I pay tax, etc., 3 crores after expenses or 2 crores after expenses, but suddenly if your son starts earning 50 lakhs, he's going to go around telling even your wife, strutting around and telling even your wife, look, I am in my second year but I want 50 lakhs. It's not too bad, because in 35 years dad is earning about 2 crores, so that's not as much as what I am earning. Completely forgetting that because of that base which you had created, he could create that business. That I am not even arguing. But give up the credit, doesn't matter. Tell him it is his business, he has built it. And if it is a similar business, if you are a mutual fund distributor and he is a chartered accountant who starts his own practice, then I am not talking about that. And if you are a chartered accountant and he starts financial planning services, I am not talking about that. I am talking of in a similar business, chances are that your son will come into your business and get caught into the same problems. right? And suddenly, because of those incremental changes, you would have got some benefit, there's no doubt, because he's understood technology better. Maybe he's created an app for you, maybe he's communicating better with the clients in terms of using technology, and you're sending out more WhatsApp messages and things like that. You're able to send out a message saying, today the market has fallen 800 points, 900 points, would you want to invest more? Right, this message you were not sending, and you had 800 clients, so you couldn't send it. But today your son has created enough WhatsApp groups through which you send it, right? So some of these changes, of course you are a beneficiary, but would you want your son to do only that? Answer is no. So make sure he doesn't get caught in the day-to-day of your existing business. Let him go away, push him away. In fact, actually push him away from your house and from your office. Let him be independent. Let him learn how it is to be independent. Let him pick up his wet towel after him, and not your wife picking up, right? So those are the things. Let him and your daughter-in-law learn how to live on their own. Let your son learn how to do his own business. After 5 years, you can decide what to do with your business. Merge it into your son's business, just kill the business, or just say, okay, I had 700 clients, I did an 80-20 Pareto's principle, and I found that only about 50 clients were useful. So I kept 50 clients, and other 650 clients I gave away to some employees who wanted to start off on their own, and they were happy selling to people who are investing as little as 500 rupees a month. But my son invests only for those people who invest at least 1 lakh a year, and he is very focused. He wants to only do business with young people who are working to create a retirement portfolio. That's all. He's focused only on that. So he's not interested if somebody comes and says, look, I've got 10 crores, I've sold my business. He may not be interested because that's not his area. Or he may be interested saying, I will do one of such cases if the amount involved is, say, at least 100 crores. So some rules which he has made, he will be able to live by those rules only if he's in his own, really in his own business, not if he's trying to do his business from your office and trying to save rent. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Thank you.